So here we are, me and my dear friend Rebecca, getting ready to watch a movie in this really cool, stylish couch. Earlier, we were debating on watching a tournament, oh, Wicker Park, or The Adjustment Bureau, which, by the way, were the movies I used in paper two. So instead of picking one, we decided to watch all of them. We also decided to pay attention on how directors portray that famous character, the villain or the antagonist in the romantic genre. That asshole that tries to separate our favorite lovebirds. They got us wondering, how can one think that destroying love, something so hard to find, can cause any good? Well, these characters are gateways to portray ordinary human emotions, like jealousy and envy, but expressed through unusual and sometimes extraordinary actions. These characters' plots and schemes go to certain extents that we do not usually see in common everyday life. However, they force us to question the magnitude of our capability to provoke evil or cause pain in others. Well, so let's check them out. As we were watching a tournament, we paid attention to the character Bryony, a young, innocent, and very creative 13-year-old that causes the destruction of the beautiful love story between her sister Cecilia and Robbie, the housekeeper's son. She accused him of sexually assaulting her cousin without any proof. Therefore, the police arrested him, and he ended up having to join the army and fight in World War One. In this next scene, notice the use of a point of view shot. The director chooses to show us Bryony's point of view first, making us think that Cecilia and Robbie are having a heated argument. Now watch the following scene and pay attention to how the mood completely changes.
Let me help with that.
No, I'm all right, thanks.
Take the flowers.
I'm all right.
Take the flowers.
I'm all right. You idiot. You realise that's probably the most valuable thing we own?
Not anymore, it isn't. Careful!
This scene was actually one of their first expressions of love. They were indeed having an argument, but there was no violence at all. After a tournament, we watched Oh. The film is a contemporary version of the Shakespeare play Othello, where its main theme is the topic of jealousy. In the plot, Odin James is a notorious African American basketball player that dates Daisy, the dean's daughter. However, Ugo, the son of the basketball's team coach, is extremely envious of how admired and recognized Odin is in the school and in his father's eyes. Ugo's heart is filled with jealousy that leads him into plotting to destroy Odin's relationship with Daisy. Watch the following scene and see how the director used a close-up shot to show us how much pain and hatred Odin feels when he starts to believe Ugo's lies, that Daisy is cheating on him with his best friend Michael.
Hey man, what you got going on in here?
What's up, big baller?
Don't remind me about basketball.
So, you and Desi been spending an awful lot of time together?
If you could just handle her the way you handle Brandy, man, then you'd be in business, right?
Man, that girl does do whatever I say. I think she might be in love with me, though.
She thinks the two of you are gonna get married, man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Come on, give me some credit. She's a slut. Oh, man. I was at the library yesterday.
Yeah.
She took me in the back.
In the freaking library, bro? No fucking way!
And check this out. She said down the road, even if she's with somebody, even if she's married, she said she'd do me until the day she dies.
No fucking way.
One of the main reasons that made Odin believe that his beloved Daisy was cheating on him was the fact that Michael was seen holding a special scarf that Odin gave it to her. Ugo discovers how meaningful the scarf is to their relationship. He steals it and gives it to Michael. This is a representation of how Ugo manipulates Odin's trust in the movie. Therefore, the scarf stands as a metaphor for trust and loyalty. Many romance movies have tokens as a part of their iconography.
Hey, D, how come you never wear that scarf I gave you?
I hadn't really thought about it.
Can I see it right quick?
Yeah? I keep it right here.
What, you lost it?
No, it's here somewhere.
You know, my mama gave me that scarf when she got real sick. Said to make sure and give it to someone very special. And it'll keep our love right.
I'm sure it'll turn up around here somewhere.
Can we look some more?
Oh, she'll find it later.
Come on, I'll help you.
No. Find it later. Right now, I really want to talk about Michael. You know that he deserves to play. And he's your best friend. That's all that he talks about.
I really need you to find that scarf.
And I said I'll find it later.
Hey, D, you'd never give out no love behind my back now, would you?
Sometimes characters don't need something tangible to hold on to. An emotion or a memory is simply enough. In the Adjustment Bureau, David Norris is determined to stay with Elise until the end of his days, even though he knows they are not meant to be together. And let us not forget the fact that he has nothing but a first name to try to find her again in a city with about 8 million people. Elise and David are the so-called star-crossed lovers. These archetypal characters are so typical in the romantic genre. So me and Rebecca took a little break and decided to discuss what drives someone to move out of their way to interfere into somebody else's love lives. When we went back to watching the movies, we noticed that many romance films take the time in the narrative to explain why the villain and the antagonist plan to separate our lovebirds. On the Adjustment Bureau, their reasoning to separate Elise and David is pretty complex. The Adjustment Bureau is in charge of making sure that people are following the right path written for them by the chairman. They enforce the idea that humans have no free will. According to the movie, they once allowed us to have free will. They taught us about life through the periods of the Renaissance, Enlightenment, and the Scientific Revolution. But with what we learned, we only caused chaos and destruction, like World War I, the Depression, fascism, and the Holocaust. We first assume that taking away humanity's free will is something evil. However, wouldn't it be doing us a favor? Without free will, we cannot be accountable or held responsible for our actions, because we didn't have the freedom to choose them. What do you think?
Oh my god, what's happening to me? What's happening
All you
to me?
need to know, we're being chased. I need you to trust me. I need you to trust me.
Did you hear the sound of the balls hitting each other? In film, those are called diegetic sounds, where the source of the sound is from something going on in the screen. However, directors tend to use non-diegetic sounds, like a popular background song, to add emotion and enrich the mood. Watch this next scene from Wicker Park.
Come up to meet you, tell you I'm sorry. You don't know how lovely you are. I had to find you, tell you I need you, tell you I set you apart.
Genre conventions are essential in filmography. They not only help the director, but also the audience, assisting your brains to follow common movie patterns. Romantic genres are easy to analyze and they're also very relatable. They might not always display everyday relationship problems, but they surely display everyday human feelings, emotions, and thoughts. There are plenty of valuable lessons in these movies that as an audience we should not just watch them, but also live them. Please, learn from the lessons that talk about, ethics and morals, not the ones where you can improve your stalking skills. Next time you watch a chick flick, pay attention to all these wonderful details you have learned, and see how much more exciting and intriguing your experience in the movie theater or your couch can be for you and your friends.